Welcome to the House at Hammer, built by the nation for the nation. Welcome to Raider Nation News today. I am your host. I am the tribal chief of Raider Nation. I go by the name of Hammer. Do me a favor, throw those ones real high up in the sky and
acknowledge me.
Hope everybody's having a great, what's today, Tuesday? Wherever you guys are at. Before we go any further, y'all know the routine. Those new in here, let me teach you real quick. Break them thumbs, hammer that sub, smash the bell to stay up to date with all your Raiders news, rumors, updates, live streams, and reactions. Yes, a lot to talk about. They just wrapped up probably an hour ago. The presser at the combine. Our GM, John Spytek. Look, I got dust on my hat. It's been that long since we've been live. Just wrapped up the presser at the combine in Indianapolis. Graf is going to be out there in the next 2 days. He's got a lot of fire coming very, very soon. Y'all are going to be in for a great surprise. Salute to him. Spytek had a lot of things to say, and we're going to talk about that. And we have a new tool that we're going to rock with during this live today. And we're going to make it a bit of an interactive show. You guys know that the growth of this doesn't happen without each and every single one of you guys. So we are going to have some fun with this new little tool that I discovered. And I'm going to ask for your guys' help during the live for that. Let's see real quickly. Ron, Justice, Bourbon, Graham Cam. Definitely haven't seen Graham in a minute. Hope all is well. James Bowles. Let's see who else we have in here. We're going to do the quick roll call before we get into it. Ayo Anthony, Fitzmatic, Jack, Devin Smith, Paul Pena, Joey Chick, Josh, Demented, Bushido. You know, I love that default picture, that profile picture that is. Let's put this up here. Anthony Allen, Demented Chaos, Edgar, John Wick. I think that's what we got so far. Is 48 of you guys in here. If you guys haven't already, hit that like button. So let's talk about it. What did John Spytek have to say? What kind of questions were asked? We know right now we came off a season where we earned the #1 overall pick, and that's right now we are the talk of the NFL, whether we want to hear that or not. And we know a lot of the times there's always bad things one way or another because the league simply doesn't like us. But during the presser, Spytek outlined his strategy for a smart rebuild alongside new head coach Klint Kubiak. So the key takeaways in the roster strategy, the #1 overall pick, Spytek emphasized the leverage the Raiders hold with the top pick. While they're evaluating the top quarterback prospects, he remains open to trade offers to acquire more assets, noting he wants to be aggressive when it's smart to fast track the rebuild. Okay. I know a lot of you people, a lot of you guys, including myself, are kind of like iffy when you hear that. It's like, are we really going to give up that #1 with that top quarterback in this draft class? Like, what are we going to get in return? Did mess around a couple of days ago with a couple of mocks. It was one that I went to start, and the Jets pretty much offered both first-round picks this year, first-round pick next year. Would I? It all depends. But again, let's continue this real quickly. Building for Klint Kubiak, he discusses the shopping list for Kubiak's wide zone offensive scheme, specifically highlighting the need for athletic, light-footed offensive linemen and physical perimeter blockers. Now, we've talked about a couple of different names across the offensive line as it pertains to free agency. There's a couple of other names that I really haven't been on, so I can't say I've seen other lives. But these are some guys that came into mind recently that I was like, they could fit this system. And there's one we will talk about. Actually, I don't want to give that away yet. I'm not going to give away those names yet. We're going to go back to that later in the show. We will talk about that. And then, of course, you had the Maxx Crosby rumors that have been circulating since the second to last week of the season after he was put on IR for the rest of the year. Numerous people asked it while Spytek was at the podium, what's the deal with Mad Max? Addressing ongoing trade rumors regarding the star edge rusher, Spytek stopped short of calling Crosby untradeable, suggesting that while Crosby is a pillar of this team, the front office is listening to all options to maximize the roster's long-term health, but he does expect him to be here in silver and black this coming season. Now, he stated in the presser that they talk all the time. He's always in the building. He's rehabbing. He's trying to get himself right and ready. They talk over the phone. They talk in person. They talk through text. You heard different outside noise from different media outlets. Jay Glazer stated that he's gonna leave, and shout out to the Oos Samoan Raider, kind of killed it down a little bit. Free agency, we are about 2 weeks, 3 weeks away from the start of the new league year. News came out within the last few hours. The Atlanta Falcons are going to release Kirk Cousins first day of the new league year, which is March 11th. It doesn't really mean much for us. I don't look at Kirk Cousins as being an option for us as a bridge gap. But again, we're going to talk about some of these things as we go further along in the show. So, with nearly $100 million in cap space, the second most in the NFL, Spytek explained during this presser that the Raiders will be aggressive but responsible. He intends to avoid jersey selling names in favor of mechanical fits for the new system on both sides of the ball. Look, that is probably one of the most, what's the best way to put this? It was actually a very solid response to the question. I think it's a very, very smart decision. We don't need to go over the cap, spending money on all these big names for what? One guy is not going to change everything for this organization. It takes bits and pieces. At the end of the day, come week one of the 2026-2027 season, there are 53 players on that team playing for one another, playing for this organization, and they all need to be on the same page. We don't need to have divas. We don't need to have head cases. We don't need to have people that are going to be on the strip causing trouble left and right in all reality. So I do like Fitzmagic. We're going to talk about it. I think Cousins probably goes back to Minnesota. Possibly. I do. Lumpy, what up? Damn, another one I haven't seen in a minute. Look, we've talked about this. And the one thing I've said, and it's happened to me, like, don't necessarily fall in love with players on your favorite teams, because at times, at the end of the day, it is a business and they could go elsewhere. Like, I gave my point about that in terms of Josh Jacobs. Yes, I still wish he was here. But at the end of the day, it's a business. If they decide to move on from Max, then again, it's a business. Am I going to feel some type of way? Yeah, one of our best defenders, the anchor of this defense, the heart and soul of silver and black. He bleeds silver and black. He has the Raider shield tatted on him. Yeah, it would suck. It absolutely would suck. Tucker, Besh, Thornton, all step up. We don't need to spend on a receiver. Fitzmagic, valid. Very valid. I like that. I'll try to make this bigger, or no Diddy if necessary, so everybody can see you guys in the chat. All right. Don't get me twisted, brother. I don't love Max at all. I'm totally down for trading him, but it's a fact he's not going nowhere. There you go. Shout out to Ken. Definitely, I think that's a new name too. I'm definitely not familiar with seeing you in the chat, so welcome. And if you haven't, please hit that subscribe button. It would be much appreciated. All right. So obviously the roster needs, and this is what was talked about during the presser. Quarterback clearly identified as the most pressing need after a dreadful 2025-2026 offensive performance. Secondary, Eric Stokes is entering free agency. Spytek noted that the importance of finding versatile cornerbacks who could play in the new, our new DC, our promoted, upgraded DC, Rob Leonard's multiple front defense, and the offensive line. Spytek acknowledges the unit struggles last year, ranking high in sacks allowed, and confirms they are looking for a scheme-specific upgrade. So, scheme-specific. I said I had some guys that I had thought about the last couple days, guys in free agency that I think could fit, especially as it pertains to the offensive line and the offensive scheme. And one of those guys I'm going to talk about right now is Elijah Vera Tucker. Now, I know people are like, wait, what? Are you serious? Yeah, why the hell not? So as it pertains to a guy like Elijah Vera Tucker, he's a guard and a tackle. He's a perfect fit for Kubiak's system. Again, they're looking for athletic, versatile, and he can ultimately anchor the right side of the line. They did ask about JPJ during the presser. Is he going to go back to center? Pretty much is going to come down to this coaching staff, including Klint Kubiak, and whoever the best five guys on that O-line, those best five are going to be the starting O-line. He went through a whole bunch of things this past season with Brendan Carroll, Pete Carroll, a whole bunch of negativity in all reality. I've said it before as it pertained to JPJ. seeing him at the right guard position, yeah, the dude is athletic. He is versatile. I didn't mind it. Do I see him potentially going back to center? Time will tell. We have to see how this plays out in free agency and what type of moves they do in terms of addressing that offensive line. Another guy that I had thought about the other day, which was a guy that a lot of you talked about in the offseason last year, was Mekhi Becton. He is now a free agent. Is this another guy that you would potentially bring in to fill that offensive line? Dylan Parham is gone. You put him at the left guard alongside Colton Miller. Why not? It's something to definitely think about moving forward. Another one that I thought about over the last few days, Wyatt Teller, veteran Maverick who can instantly fix the Raiders' league worst rushing attack by creating lanes for Ashton Genty. It's a couple of linemen to think about moving forward. There's other guys in the room or other guys in free agency that we have talked about, maybe that we haven't talked about. George Pickens is going to get franchise tagged. He is not a guy that I said that I haven't been on board for it. For people that have watched, you guys know I have said no to it. He is being franchise tagged. I believe he's getting $28 million being franchise tagged. The only way that works now, if the Raiders were in fact to trade for the services of George Pickens, they would have to trade and they would have to sign him on a long-term deal immediately. And a long-term deal for him is looking in the ballpark of 4 years, $126 million with about $82 million guaranteed. Fully guaranteed at the signing would be $55 million. You're looking at an AP average per year of $31.5 million. Structure includes massive $35 million signing bonus to keep the year one cap hit low, $14 million ballooning into year 3. So definitely something I would consider. Again, talked about Elijah Vera Tucker just now. You can look to sign him on maybe a 3-year, $42 million deal, $22 million guaranteed. Average annual is probably 14 mil. Heavy on per game roster bonuses, 500,000 per game active to protect the Raiders if his injury history continues. When healthy, he's an all-pro talent though. This prove it plus upside deal stabilizes the right side of the line. In the event, Fernando Mendoza is our guy. Talked about Wyatt Teller a little bit, former Cleveland Brown, much needed nasty to the interior, similar to that of Richie Incognito. 2-year, $21.5 million deal, $12 million guaranteed. Average would be 10.75. Those are the type of moves that I would be looking to make. I'm gonna take a look at you guys in the chat. Show Deuce, what up? Albert, what up? I can see JPJ going back to center, but film don't lie. He is way more sufficient. Ron, you're preaching to the choir, bro. Like I said, I do like him at the guard position. I was very hesitant at first. He's a great pulling guard, and I've stressed that many, many times throughout the season. So, yeah. Becton still has a year left on his Chargers deal. He hasn't been released, but yet the reason they would release Becton is because he doesn't fit. And it showed Deuce. There was something I saw the other day that he is expected to be released. I saw this 2-3 days ago. It's showing that he is set to be released. I think they will target Linderbaum and JPJ stays at guard, but if we can't get TL, then JPJ goes back to, yeah, that's probably what we are looking at. If this coaching staff doesn't put JPJ at center, then it is clear he isn't. Sean, valid as hell. I think JPJ goes back to center if we don't. Okay. So a lot of people are on the same page with that. The trenches are deep in free agency. No, damn it. No Wilkie. No Wilkie. When will a new coach address me? Probably be you know what? We might see Klint Kubiak. Maybe we might hear something from him at some point this week. He might have some type of availability this week. So we probably will hear from him at the combine. Tariq Woolen is a guy that I've talked about, but the shit that I saw on the field during the playoffs, it really rubbed me the wrong way. We can't have shit like that. We cannot. No, we can't have shit like that, man. We can't. Cousins only makes sense for if he's cheap and plans on setting windows. See Bourbon, and this is where we're gonna go to. I think we should just move forward now because we've talked about all this stuff so far in terms of what we heard from Spytek at the presser. And like I said, I do have something for you guys to check out today. Something that maybe we could try to do a round or two with this. I don't plan on being on long. We had the snowstorm. Yes, I'm good. Everybody's good. Um, but it's back to reality today. Today, right now, is being treated like a Monday. I have to be at work at 5, and I won't be out until 7 a.m. tomorrow morning. So we're going to be on for a while, but it's not going to be very long. And I do want to try this out. I want to see what you guys think. And we'll take it as it goes. Again, I want to see what your guys' thoughts are in the chat. I definitely want to try to go by some of the things that you guys are saying, as long as they are logical and make football sense. If not, I'm going to dismiss it quick, fast, and in a hurry. How much money do you think we need for our draft picks? Because we have so many high picks, and how much should we have for? Okay, show deuce. For the draft, it's normally like around a ballpark of about. Oh my God, I knew this number. I knew this number because I talked about the number a few times. I think it could be in a ballpark range of between 30 to $35 million that they use for the draft picks. Dominique 5, what's up? Just said take a kicker at once. Salute to Demokes. I think it's between 30 and 35 million that they spend on draft picks. So we still have plenty of money to spend. And this is why I'm going to go to this next part of this live. And salute to the 93 that are in here. I'm sorry, there's 117 of you guys in here now. And if you haven't already, do me a favor. Break them thumbs, hammer that sub, smash the bell. 70 likes, get that shit up. Let's get over 100. Let's get in the algorithm. All right. So enough talk. I'm going to pull this up. We're going to have some fun right now. We are going to play GM, ladies and gentlemen, and I'm going to do this with each and every single one of you guys. So I think we talked about a couple of names just now. We talked about a couple of guys in free agency that I think could be legit fits for us. I don't know why this is. Hold on one sec, guys. I'm trying to fix this. There we go. All right. So this is what we're going to do. First off, we're going to simulate. This is pretty much, you guys see where we finished last year and everything, right? And you see who won the Super Bowl. Let's continue past that. So you see it on the screen. This is kind of difficult for me to maintain right now. So we have, it says the cap space right now is $81 million, right? Well, you also see there's people on this roster that we're going to have to save some money from. So here's number one. Bye-bye, jackass. $89 million. Boom. There's another one that's not even on this roster, so I don't know why he's on here right now. But I'm going to treat it like Mostert and just let it go. I think even though Mostert was on the last year of his contract. But we only have 2 running backs on our depth chart. Chris Collier is not one of them. So those are gone. Looking through others, I don't think there's much else to tinker around with right here. Unless there's another, which I don't really see anybody else that we need to get rid of at this point to save money. Because a lot of these guys are on some very low-end contracts. As you guys can see, you know what? I'm going to do this. And you guys are probably going to kill me for it. I don't believe that. Let me get rid of Kappa too. Kappa puts us at 95. I'm very iffy right now about Palmao. I think we cut ties with him. I think we may end up cutting ties with Isaiah Palmao. So, in that event, I'm going to put it in now. Isaiah Palmao, thank you for your services. That puts us as $99 million, right? I don't see anybody else that we need to worry about at this point in time. I think we're good. All right. So we are good here. We still let him walk. All right. So let's move on. So you see who we have cut and how much money we have saved. Let's continue here. So now, is there anybody that we look to re-sign? I'm gonna ask you guys straight up, and give me a thumbs up, thumbs down in the chat. I want to try to do this as rapid fire as possible. So get your fingers on your keyboard, get your fingers on your phone as quickly as possible. Malcolm Kuntz, 1 more year or let him walk? Thumbs up, thumbs down. Josh, I want to hear your idea for that. Show Deuce says yes. I want to see what majority of you guys say before I do anything. All right, so I see Shredded and Paul. Right now, it looks like there's more people that are good with keeping him. Price has to be right. Walk if it's over. It's not. I'm not paying him over that. Starks, Carlson, Bobenmeyer are the only players I bring back. Carlson is a guy I'm going to bring back, and I'm trying to figure out what type of money to offer him as well. All right. So this is what I'm going to do. This is what I'm going to do. Parham. See you later, dude. It's been fun. Charles Snowden, yes or no? Yes, keep Kuntz because Rob Leonard is DC. Okay. That's why it'd be a 1-year prove it deal, Sean. Thoughts. Sorry. I got two Sean's. Thoughts and then Johnson. Bring back Wilkins. I'd rather shit my hands and clap 805. Love the default picture though. Go Dodger Blue. Where's Kuntz on here? Where the fuck is Kuntz on here? I'm giving Kuntz a 1-year, $8 million deal. I'm giving him a 1-year, $8 million deal. Offer accepted. That puts us at $91 million left, right? Charles Snowden. Thumbs up, thumbs down. Again, I want to try to do this rapid fire, so let's go, guys. Charles Snowden, yes or no? So you guys are saying no. This I see. I'm gonna start where Bob Stannard said down. So right now it's a no. Dan says yes. Who else? I want to do this quick. John Wick says no. 805 says no. Ron Justice says yes. What are you offering? What are you offering for the services of Charles Snowden? Because I would go a 1-year 5, maybe a 1-year 6. This is mixed. I'm not gonna bring him back. I'm not gonna bring Snowden back. Because it's very mixed right now. It's very, very mixed in here right now. All right. Okay. So no on Snowden. Give me a fair deal for Daniel Carlson. Somebody right off the rip. Give me a fair deal. I thought 3 years, maybe $12 million. Oops. Let me just see something real quick. The guys that we have to be like the 4 main guys, the in-house re-signings. I was looking at Kuntz. I was looking at Carlson. I'm not actually going to go with that. I was thinking Parham, but no. And you guys already said no to Snowden. So now we are on Carlson. $3 to $4 million a year for Carlson. 3 years, 12 mil. Yeah, I went 312. 312. So let's do this. Where the fuck is it? But I have to do this in a certain way where it kind of looks like it's a 1-year because this shit seems to fuck up somehow with this. Where is it? Carlson. I'll give him 4. Oh, shit. Whatever. It's done. It is what it is. It's going to be 4 per year over a course of 3 years, so it's fine. So I think we move on from here. Oh, wait. Because somebody said a name before. Stokes' value is 20, just under 21. Do you re-sign Eric Stokes? Yes or no? Carlson's on a 3-year now. That 21 season, Carlson, so many reps. That's why he was good. Stokes, what is a fair deal for Stokes? Because, again, right now it shows, yeah, it says that his franchise value, oh, that's if he's tagged anyway. That's if he's tagged. It'd be 20 million. 3-year. He said 3-year 40. All right. Let's try to lock up Stokes and see what happens. Three years, money per year. You know what? I'm gonna go 16 a year with him and see if it goes. All right. So it puts us in about $71 million in remaining cap space, right? So now we move on to free agency. You see, we re-signed Carlson, Stokes, and Kuntz. Continue. Now this is the free agency period. First thing I'm doing. You guys are going to kill me. No, you actually won't. I think you guys are going to like this deal. I think it makes the most sense. I'm going Flacco here, and I'm offering him a 1-year, $6.5 million deal. Bridge gap, and he probably won't start every single game. Tax-free can go lower. That's true. So now we go on. Let's see. You guys keep talking about him, so I kind of want to go this route. Give me 1 second, guys. Hold on. All right. So for Linderbaum, you're looking at probably the market projections range from a 4-year, $70.8 million deal, which is 17.7 on average, to as high as 4 years, $80 million, which is 20 million a year with over $50 million guaranteed. He's expected to surpass Creed Humphrey's $18 million average annual, which was the top center contract in 2024. It's fair because despite a minor regression in 2025 pass blocking efficiency, Linderbaum's elite run blocking, scheme fit, outside zone, and young age justify resetting the market. And again, right now as it stands, we are cited as a potential destination for a team looking to upgrade. So we could be a potential landing spot if he doesn't return to Baltimore. What do you guys think is a fair deal? Because you guys see what was just said. Actually, sure, let's go Flacco. Yeah. McGovern for center, get him for $7 to $10 million cheaper than Linderbaum. There actually will be one, Omni. This is GM right now. We're doing everything. I wouldn't be opposed to AOC staying, but we shall see what the staff wants to do. 1 year, $3 million prove it deal, 365. What up, Rushok? I don't want to re-sign White, but I would bet that they will. Yeah, maybe on a $4 to $5 million deal for 1 year. Who are the other centers? All right. The other centers. Will Clapp. Will Putnam. Fuck no. These are the names. Alec Lindstrom. There's a couple that like I know the names, and then others I'm not too familiar with. Connor McGovern is another guy that's up there. I don't know why he's on here twice. I kind of do want to go the Linderbaum route and have JPJ at right guard. Or look, if we decide to go another route and in fact move JPJ back to center, then I would go the route of Elijah Vera Tucker. Salute to Rob. You're going 4 years. Hold on. You're going 4 mil. I'm sorry, 4 years, 80 mil for Linderbaum. I don't know why this has to be so obnoxious right now. There we go. You know what? Fuck it. I'm going to do this real quick. Oops. 4 years. I'll give him. You know what? Yeah, I'll go to 20. See if he actually takes it though. Fuck. Hold on. Let's try this again. All right, there we go. So that puts us at $44 million left. So we have $14 million left to play with before we worry about the draft. Where are we going here? Or do we try to save a little bit? Wyatt Teller is a guy that I do have on my radar as well. Let me see if I can find what I had in terms of a deal for him. Which I might not have had one for him. Wyatt Teller had a 2-year, $21.5 million deal, $12 million guaranteed, front-loaded base this season. You know what? Let's shore up the offensive line, and then I'm gonna fucking work around the draft. Here we go. I don't think he's up here though. Honest to God, no, he's not. He's not up here. I could go another route though. Elijah Vera Tucker, yes or no? Or is there something else that we're missing here right now that I'm like, Quay Walker, linebacker, corner, great show. Mark, I appreciate you. Save, we got a draft. We still have $14 million. Show dudes, let's take a look. Somebody said, let me just take a look real quick. I want to see something real quick down here. Jack Thompson's available. Quay Walker. All right, so give me a fair deal for Quay Walker. Salute, Wasted. Appreciate you, bro. Where are we going here? What would you offer Quay Walker? Look, watch a little bit of him this year on the cheap. Let's see. $9.5 to $11 million per year. 3-year deal worth 29 to 30. You know what? Fuck it. Let's give it a shot and see what happens. Oh, shit. Okay. So we got Quay Walker. Free agency is complete. So we signed Flacco, Linderbaum, Quay Walker. Not too shabby, right? Let's move forward. Let's move on to. We signed the free agents. Mock draft time. And here we go. And it begins. Pittsburgh's offer in the house. Indy's offer in the house. Arizona's offer in the house. This is the one that I talked about earlier in the show that the Jets offered. Would you go this route? I don't think I want to. I don't think I would. Would you take this? Two first-round picks. You'll get an additional pick earlier you'll get the first pick in the second round. I'm not doing it. Not doing it. Just curious to see how you guys would feel about that. No, get our quarterback. There you go. All these offers, these motherfuckers are desperate beyond belief. We got Fernando. Nope. Nope. I can go the route of whatever I want at this point. I'm going to go. Guy familiar with Mendoza. So far as it stands, we got a D tackle. We got our quarterback. We didn't get a corner in free agent. Well, we did resign Stokes. Not trading for Pickens because Pickens is going to be tagged. The tag is $28 million. The way it works is if you're tagged and you're traded, you have to sign him right on the spot. And I just explained the numbers before. The numbers are no. If he's tagged, you can't. I think it has to be. I forgot how it goes with the tag, but you're supposed to give something. I want to say it was supposed to be a third. I cannot remember, but you're gonna have to pay him, and that's the problem. Talking about him before, this is what the money is going to look like for somebody for the services of George Pickens. 4 years, $126 million. Fully guaranteed at signing is $55. It's $82 million guaranteed in total. $31.5 million on average. It's, I don't know. I don't know how I would feel about doing that. I got you, Daniel. I appreciate you. All right. So here we are. We got a D tackle. We got a quarterback. I am going to go. I think he's already off the board. He is off the board already. I am going to. What do I want to do here? Bro, if you want to pull up, if you're home, let me know. I'll send you the link right now. Shoot me a text. I'll send you the link. I'm looking at this. I'm going to go linebacker here. Nope. We got a corner. Because we did a lot of work in terms of the offense. Let me take a look. And I'd really much rather go best player available right now. Add an additional body on the line. Coleman is still there. Take a receiver. We haven't gone edge yet, so I'm going to go with Tyreek Sapp. Probably going to be another couple that are available. Take Seth McGowan. Salute to everybody in the chat. Salute to the 128 in here. I know it's been a minute. Jacob Rodriguez is already gone. How many linebackers we took? We only took one. I'm going to shore it up a little bit more. I think we have, right now, we would have 3 on the depth chart. That would make 4. We'll get 1 more. Balance it out. I'm not getting another one. If anything, tempted to get the kid out of USC, but no. No. I'm going to take another linebacker. All right. So that does that's our signings. That's our cuts. That's our re-signs. That is our free agent new league year. I don't think I got rid of Palmo. I don't think I got rid of him. I might have, and if I did, I fucked up, but it is what it is. And we did the draft. So now it's going to simulate what our season's going to look like. It's going to be very, very interesting. Trust me. So let's do this real quick. Simulate this shit and see what it looks like. Well, looks like we didn't make the playoffs.
Welcome to the dark side.
Thank you for becoming a new member. Appreciate you, bro. Salute, salute, salute. Guys, if you want to keep the lights on, you want to support this channel, best way to do it, click the link pinned to the top, become a member today. So clearly it doesn't look like we made the playoffs. I want to see if I can see the fucking standings. Here we go. I'm kind of nervous to see where we finish, and let me zoom in on this. One win more than what we had last year. Salute to Daniel on gifting 10 Raider Nation News today. Memberships, appreciate you, bro. Graf just became a member. He received a gift and became a member. Fuck you, Graf. I've been a member for you for God knows how long. No, I'm messing with you. Do another. Take Fernando. Get the Miami DE. Get Ramsey and Rodriguez. See what it would look like if we traded Maxx. Don't think Maxx is going anywhere, especially after that presser. But we could run this back. We could do. Who can I? I want to get somebody on the show right now and run this with them and see what they think. Who can we Who can I run this with? All right. We'll do this again. Appreciate you, bro. Thank you. Sign Khalil Mack, sign White. He's not there. That's the thing. We just tried looking him up, Rob, and he wasn't there. Rob, hold that thought, bro. Hold that thought. Give me 1 second, guys. Rob, I need you to do me a favor. Actually, nah, just stay in the chat. Stay in the chat. Stay in the chat. We're going to run this again. And again, we start here with cutting players and restructuring contracts. Obviously, we're not restructuring Max right now. He just got a new deal. And again, I don't know why Chris Collier's here. I don't think there's anybody else that we need to get rid of here. Oh, yes, there is. Kappa. Kappa gives us another $5 million. So we're at 95 right here. Restructure Miller and trade Geno. They're going to just outright cut him, bro. Who the fuck wants Geno Smith's services? What are we restructuring Colton down to? Hold on 1 sec. I know what I'm going to do. Here's $66 million deal, $42.5 million guaranteed. Prime candidate for restructuring to create cap space, potentially saving funds. Options include converting salary to a signing bonus or adding voided years to lower his cap space. And we got another new member. Appreciate you, bro. Thank you. Kuntz already had several prove-it years. He's worse than Tyree. All right, so we're not going to bring back Kuntz. But I want to restructure Colton Miller. Let's see how much we can restructure it by. Oh, that's all I had to do? All right. Anybody else we should restructure? No. So we restructured his deal. That puts us at $107 million. Okay. So we have a lot to play with right now. No Diddy if necessary. Trade Max on the simulation. I don't want to trade him, bro. Let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. All right. Carlson, we said what? A 3-year, $4 million on average, right? All right, so that's accepted. Is there anybody else that we can potentially want to bring back right now? Would you do Devin? God, I'm glad I stopped. Would you re-sign Devin White on a 1-year deal? Yes or no? We only have the firm of Lindenberg and Eichenberg. So we have to create some depth for the linebacker position. Sign Vera Tucker, sign the Colts tackle. I talked about Vera Tucker, bro. All right, they said no, yes. 4.5 for Devin White. Got you. Hold on. Wait. Nope. He's already a free agent. No, there he is. All right. Resign. I'm going to give him a 1 year. 1 year 6. Stokes. Yes or no? Do we re-sign Stokes again? We have $97 million right now. Stokes. Dan, I'm going to try. I'm going to try and see what happens. They said yes to Stokes. $3 years, $19 million. Puts us at $78 million. Free agency now. Continue. So Stokes, White, Carlson all got re-signed. I don't think it's allowing me to trade. And maybe it did and I missed it already. Tucker for Pollard? I fucking can't stand Pollard. All right, so let's go to the availables. And again, I'm going Flacco here on a 1 year, $6.5 million deal. I like what Rob said before. Let me go back to that and see what we do. Hold on. Where is it? Sign Vera Tucker, sign Colts tackle. All right. Vera Tucker, Khalil Mack, and Quay Walker. I got to see what I had here for Vera Tucker. Elijah Vera Tucker, I had a 3 year, 42 mil, which is 14 a year. Fuck it. 14 a year. Okay, so Vera Tucker's there. Linderbaum. How much do we have left now? Because it doesn't even show me. 58. All right. We still have $28 million to play with. I remember what happened last time. All right. So we got Vera Tucker. We got Linderbaum. We have $38 million. We only have $8 million left in cap space. And Quay is what? 8 to 9.7. You could put him on a 2 year, $18 million deal. Three year worth roughly 29 to 35 mil is considered realistic. Perfect. Okay. Free agency is done. We got Quay Walker, Tyler Linderbaum, Elijah Vera Tucker, Joe Flacco. All right. Now we move on with $28 million in cap space. Salute to the 127 in here. And here comes the fun part. Reject, 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 reject. Damn. 2027 Dallas first. That's a lot of fucking... No, I'm still not doing it. I can go one of two ways here. We re-signed Stokes. Still think we need another corner. Get Fernando's guy here. Got a corner. Got a receiver. I will go. Yeah. Go do tackle here. Just to be safe. Familiar guy for that backfield. Shore up the linebacking core. So we got two linebackers already. You know what? Finish with another corner. And then we'll see what the rest of this looks like. So now we simulate the entire season and see how this shit plays out. Nick, I appreciate you. He's still there. I didn't cut him. He's still under contract. He's on a 2-year deal, Dan. Let's take a look at this and see what the standings were this time around. This one I'm kind of nervous about. Fuck. You know what? In all reality, it's improvement. Now, I've talked about this with this signing. I'm not sitting here with my hopes up. I'm looking for improvement in year one. Do I expect Fernando Mendoza to start every game? You know, it's very tricky to say. But right here, 7 and 10 is vast improvement compared to last season. Again, I'm not going to sit here and give you guys predictions on the regular season. You know that I normally wait until at least after the first 4 to see the 53-man roster that has been built and see what ultimately the talent is, watching game film and studying the players and their traits and their strengths, their weaknesses, alongside the coach's strengths and weaknesses. So I'm not going to sit here, and I guarantee you somebody's going to do it throughout this offseason. No, what's your prediction? Especially when the season comes out, when the schedule is revealed in May. You're going to get the, oh my God, what? Like, no, I'm not giving that shit to you guys again. But this is probably... This is better than the first one, but it's still it's going to take some tweaking. Yeah, and that's my point. That's my point. So again, I think it's a vast improvement compared to the shit show. Again, this is a simulator. We're not seeing the shit firsthand right now, but we have the combine this week. Graf will be in Indy for the combine. We have the new league year, which is in less than 3 weeks, March 11th to be exact. News came out before Kirk Cousins is going to be released by the Atlanta Falcons. That is not a guy that I'm looking to, that I have on my radar, or a guy I'm remotely looking to go after. But again, 7-10 record, I'll take it for year 1. Again, they're investing in Klint Kubiak heavily on a 5-year contract. This is a guy that has worked his way up, has earned that position as the head coach of the Las Vegas Raiders. He worked up the coaching tree the correct way. So would I be okay with this? Yes. Yes, I would. What are you doing? All this on Cousin is just a Kubiak guy. I don't see him going after Kubiak. I'm sorry. I don't see him going after Cousins. And if he does, I'd be stunned. I'd be stunned. I'd much rather go with a guy like Flacco. The experience, a great mentor. The reports were out there. Cousins didn't want to help Penix. Cousins thought that he was the solution for the long term for the Atlanta Falcons, and they caught everybody off guard and drafted Penix early in that first round. So I don't know. I don't know. Again, looking at this, I'm like, all right, I would be all right with this. I think a lot of you guys would still be wanting to throw fits about it. Let me go back to the solo screen. But we can do this a couple of times throughout this offseason. We can do this, we can do this again before the start of the new league year. I would love to do a live with Graf where we can mess around with this a little bit and see what the possibilities are. Again, we can do it in a whole bunch of different ways. So I'm definitely interested in trying it again. That matters when the reaction to the season plays out. If you don't have any expectations, then we shouldn't be worried if we're a 3-win team next year. Q, if we're a 3-win team next year, then there was no fucking change from the previous head coach. That's what I'm saying. 3 is status quo again. 7, improvement. It's a step in the right direction in all reality. So, yeah. Yeah, that was fun. We'll definitely do another one when I get the opportunity. Now Penix doesn't want to be in Atlanta. Now Stefanski is there. Make that shit make sense, right? I will be around on the weekend. As of right now, I'm pretty sure. Like now, my weekends, I'm free. Monday during the day as well. Maybe even Tuesday. This is the first time I've done a Tuesday, but I am definitely about to go and sleep for a little bit. I have to be back up. I have to be at work at 5 o'clock. It is 12:50 here, and I'm working 5 to 7 a.m. So we will do this again, most definitely. I appreciate everybody that pulled on up. On your way out, if you haven't already, break them thumbs, hammer that sub, smash the bell to stay up to date with all your Raiders news, rumors, updates, live streams, and reactions in the house at Hammer, built by the nation, for the nation. Raider Nation News Today. Continue to stay safe. Most importantly, be kind to one another. COVID and night. You should always remember to wash your hands and your asses. And as always, win, lose, or tie, Raider Nation till I die. Till next time, y'all. And of course, as always, always stay committed to excellence. And of course, as always on my New York, peace, love, and positivity. And there's that part too.
And when I leave, come together like butt cheeks.
We outro, y'all. Enjoy the rest of your Tuesday. Uh-oh.